Hi guys, Lindsay here with Storybook Family Farm. So one of the ways that we keep our homestead and the project of this renovation to be a more frugal bidding and to basically save us a lot of money is try to be as resourceful as possible, even if that means doing a little bit extra work on the front end, just so that way we can save a few bucks. Because either way, you're working for your money one way or another, and I'd much rather be that the work that we're doing, the money that we're making, is able to be used for other things. So while this homestead had a ton of trash hidden throughout the entire 2 acres of it, and I keep uncovering trash piles and cleaning up trash piles every week to throw more stuff away, I have found some pretty cool stuff. So one of the problems that we've been having recently in the past month has been how wet everything is. So everything is just basically a ginormous mud pit. And because we added this back door here, there's not any actual legitimate walkway to go to the driveway over there. So what I decided to do was that we should buy some gravel. Well, then it dawned on me the other day that I don't need to buy gravel for right here. That I might have to buy some, but I remembered that this summer when I was cleaning up some of the trash over here, I actually found some pavers. So these pavers are pretty good size. They're probably 1.5 by 1.5 feet. They're decent size. So I have 2 of them right here. But so I have more to dig up. And at one point, this back door here was a totally functional. It's pretty chilly, so I just had to put my gloves on. But at one point, this back door here was a functional door. When we bought the place, it was a piece of plywood that was like 2 inches too short up at the top. So we put in another door. The basement steps here, they need a lot of work, so you can't even open the door. So I just basically put the spray foam insulation around the whole thing. And then whenever I re-tuck pointed the basement to basically add mortar in where it had fallen out of the foundation walls, but when I did that, I then also did a bunch of work down in here, which I'm sure it's hard to see because the leaves and stuff, but I discovered that there was actually a big cement pad here. So what was shown before was from here to the door. That was all that was visible when we got the place. So I just thought it was like a little teeny tiny entryway. What I didn't realize was that it actually is like a 4-foot deep pad. And while I was working on scraping it off in the summer, I had discovered that going this way here, there was actually pavers to go back that way. I never dug them up because I was like, well, this is good information. At some point I might need to know this. Well, this is that point because there's been a lot of really close near slips and near falls going out of the back door. The front door, if you guys have been following us for a while now since we bought this place in March, you guys know that on a very wet day, I actually fell down the 7 steps to go out front. It's also why we want a back door, so we don't have to do so many steps and stuff. But it is 7 steps to get down to the sidewalk, and then to go from the sidewalk to the driveway, it's another 4 steps. So, I mean, that's a lot of steps to do every day. But so the steps were very slippery one day back in, I think it was the beginning of April, actually. It was right before we moved in. I slipped on the steps, and I actually broke my tailbone. I went down all of them. It was horrible. Very, very painful. So anytime that it's wet out, we try to avoid the front steps because Tracy's fallen down them. Willie's almost fallen down them. It's just, I need to replace them with some different boards and add some grippy paint. We tried putting on some of them little, they're like black strips that are almost like sandpaper, but they wouldn't stick to the steps because they're on the north side of the house and they have algae on them. I got to figure something else out before somebody gets hurt on it. So anytime that it's wet or anything like that, we avoid the front steps. We just use the back door that we had added this summer. But so in saying that, all of that area back there is completely muddy and it's really slick. So when Tracy's leaving for work, she's got to walk out at granny speed so that way she doesn't get mud all over her shoes, she doesn't fall and all that stuff. So I was thinking today, because we're going to call tomorrow to see about ordering some gravel, I thought, there's something I can do today that'll actually look nice. Granted, I don't have the time or the energy to dig the pavers down and make the pavers be level with the earth and all that hubbub. But for a quick wintertime fix, because we're supposed to get snow this weekend, this is going to be fantastic because then we can just shovel the snow all off and then we don't keep tracking snow and mud up into the house. And it's going to be great. But I'm one of them people that I actually love watching people or myself basically unbury sidewalk to find like what all was down there. So if you're one of them people, I'm going to show you some stuff. So this here is where one paver was that I already pulled up. And then here is the next paver. Like you can't even tell in the grass here that there's even anything there, because there is about 2 to 3 inches of dirt underneath of it. So if you guys are listening with headphones, now is the time that I would suggest turning the volume down, because of the fact that I am going to scrape some of this to show you guys some of what the pavers look like underneath of the dirt, just because like my OCD like absolutely loves watching this sort of thing. So I'm sure that there's got to be at least one person out there that also likes watching this sort of thing. So this is for you, that one person that's like me. So I'm going to set the camera up over here, and I do not have a good like a flat shovel that doesn't weigh 100 pounds. It doesn't actually weigh 100 pounds, but it's a very heavy shovel that I have. That is a flat shovel for scraping cement. So I'm just going to use a regular shovel because it's a lot lighter, a lot more comfortable to use, and a lot easier to use. So here we go. Try to set you guys up so you can see what we got going on here. So here is a very rough look as to what the pavers look like underneath of here. Like, I was absolutely stoked whenever I first found there was pavers here. Also because of the fact, not just because of the fact that, you know, we had pavers, but also because of the fact that I would get to uncover them. And initially, I kind of left them here because I thought maybe at some point we'd make the back door functional and use that to like go take care of the animals, the basement door that's over here. And then once we got the new back door, and I was like, yeah, I don't care about that basement door. Like, let's just use that one. So it kind of is bizarre because this pathway sort of just led to nowhere, but it is what it is. So I'm actually going to pull up some of these and then work on laying them to see how far the path can go. I think I'll actually move the pavers to start at the driveway and then work my way up to the back door deck. Just so then that way the worst of the mud is right by the driveway, so the worst of it is actually covered up and safer and secure, but I'm not sure yet. I guess I'll work on uncovering the rest of these to see how many there are, and then probably just measure out to see, because these suckers are very heavy. I kind of regret taking the wheelbarrow back to the shed after grabbing more wood, because that would have been nice to just heave it into the wheelbarrow to then take it over, but I don't really feel like walking all the way across the property, so I guess I'll just grunt through it all. But if you're enjoying this content, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends on social media, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to help us grow. We'd greatly appreciate it. All right, thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys.